यहाँ पनि आएर नाच्छु भन I want to start this morning by telling you a story. It's the story of a little girl born in a small village in Nepal. She lived in a tiny home with her younger sister and her mother. One day, her father looked at them, 3 females, and decided they were not enough. He walked away from his family because he had hoped for a son. But then something extraordinary happened. Unatti found them. They gave them more than food, more than shelter, more than education. They gave them a family, a place where her mother was respected and given a job, where she and her sister were embraced, lifted, and told, "You matter," where they were not given just books and school uniform, but also love, laughter, and dream. That little girl was me. And today, that little girl, me, is standing here in front of you, pursuing a master's degree in forestry in Europe on a scholarship, because someone, somewhere, believed we were worth it. You all believed we were worth it. So welcome to this event of hope, courage, resilience, and triumph. Thank you for being here, our donors, our sponsors, our supporters. Whether you have stood beside us for years or you are joining us for the first time, you are a part of this family now. Let me take just a few minutes to share with you what makes Unatti not just a foundation, but a movement of love, dignity, and empowerment. Unatti began over 2 decades ago with just 5 little girls and a big dream to break a cycle of extreme poverty and limited opportunity through the power of education and unconditional love. Today, we are home to 36 girls, each one growing up surrounded by care, guidance, and possibility. But Unati didn't stop there. In our community sponsorship program, we reach far beyond our gates to support 60 more girls from struggling families, giving them access to school, tutoring, mental health care, warm meals, and community. And when our girls grow older, we don't let go. Through our reintegration program, we walk with them into adulthood, helping them transition into independent life with jobs, guidance, and continued support. Because at Unnathi, growing up does not mean growing apart, it means growing stronger together. In a culture where talking about health, especially for girls, is often surrounded by social and cultural factors like inequality, oppression, and period stigma, our Girls Health Empowerment Education Program breaks the silence and shame. Unatti Health educators go into schools and villages across Nepal, teaching girls and boys that their bodies are beautiful, natural, and powerful. They teach them to speak up, to question the outdated tradition, and to stand tall. And we train our health educators so that change grows from within. Every single program, every single moment is made possible by you all. Your generosity is not just a charity, it's transformation. It's giving a little girl like me the chance to one day stand here, speak to you, and tell you you made the right choice. You believed in something real. And today, we will see how deep that impact goes. Now, please join me in welcoming a woman whose journey began from a humble beginning to becoming Unnati's board treasurer. And a rising financial professional is a powerful example of resilience and opportunity, the incredible Rita. Rita, over to you.
Namaskar everyone. My name is Rita and I am proud to introduce myself as one of the graduates from Unatti. My father passed away when I was 5 and life became incredibly hard for my single mother to raise us on a very low income. Then Unnati came and everything changed for us. I was just 9 years old, shy and uncertain child when I came to Unnati. At Unatti, I was not only given shelter and education, I was given a beautiful family, love, guidance that transformed my life. At Unatti, I was given the guidance that transformed my life. I was nurtured, believed in, and empowered. And I have never dreamed that I would have the honor of serving in the Unnati board as a treasurer. Thank you, uncles, aunties, and all my sisters who have been part of my life's journey. Thank you, Stephanie Ama. Thank you, Unnati Foundation. Your love, support has made me who I am today. I carry your kindness with me always and hope to carry forward by helping change another girl's life just as mine was changed. Now, I would like to invite my cute little sister who has grown up as a beautiful and a brave young woman. And I am so happy to see her achieving dreams. To tell her story, I would like to invite now Rupali.
Namaste everyone. My name is Rupali Bakunze and I want to share you my story with you, not because it's easy to tell, but because it shows how much of a difference love, support, and opportunity can make in a girl's life. I grew up with the past that still echoes in the corner of my heart. My mother left my father when I was 3 years old. That absence just wasn't physical. It left a deep void in my life, an emptiness that shaped my early years. My father, with no stable job, struggled to provide for us. There were days I was left alone at home with nothing but still food to eat, food that barely filled my stomach. Education was never a priority. It was a foreign word, a distant concept. Love and care were even more unfamiliar. Loneliness wasn't just a feeling, it was my constant companion. I remember staring out the windows, wishing someone would see me, hear me, or even just hold me for a moment. I felt invisible, lost in a world that had no place for me. But everything changed when I came to Unatti at 4 years old. That moment was the turning point in my life. It was here that I found something I never thought I deserved, a home. For the first time, I was welcomed with open arms. I felt the warmth of mother's love through Amma, the gentle strength of the house mothers, and the boundless companionship of my Unatti sisters. In their presence, I began to heal. I laughed, I cried, I learned to trust, and most importantly, I learned to love and be loved. At Unatti, I was given the opportunity to study in one of the most prestigious schools, something I never dared to imagine. I finally had access to nutritious meals, food that didn't just quiet my hunger, but nurtured my body and soul. Every plate of food, every lesson in the classroom, every smile exchanged, it all stitches me back together. As I grew older, I discovered a passion for health and nutrition. I dreamed of starting my own superfood business, but dreams like that can feel far away when you come from nothing. That's where Unnati stepped in once again. Unnati provided with seed funding and support to help launch my business idea. Despite her busyness, Amma herself mentored me along with my two sisters from Unnati. She constantly encouraged us and reminded us we are capable of achieving great things. Because of this support, I have been able to begin a business rooted in health, wellness, and sustainability. A business I hope will not only support me, but inspire other young girls who come from backgrounds like mine. Today, I am pursuing my bachelor's in business studies and have started my own superfood business. These are not just personal achievements, they are the result of someone believing in a little girl who had nothing but potential and pain. This journey of mine, filled with hope and ambition, would have remained just a distant dream if I hadn't found Unatti. Now, I'm happy to introduce my Unatti sister, Sanisha. We live together at Unatti Graduate House, and she is one of my business partner and a great artist.
Namaste, my name is Sanisha and I am here to share you my story. I was born into poverty in a small family with just my mother, father and me. We didn't have much, barely enough to get by. My mother worked endlessly day and night, trying her best to hold our world together. My father, however, was an alcoholic. He was violent, abusive, and always brought pain into our house. I was too young to fully understand, but I remember the fear, the shouting, and the silence that followed us. When I was just 4 years old, my world shattered. My mother, who had endured so much pain and suffering, took her own life. I was too young to understand it then, but I felt emptiness immediately. She was gone, and everything changed. After she died, I went to live with my uncle and grandparents. Life there wasn't easy either. They didn't have much themselves, and I became part of their struggle. I helped them work at big factory doing hard physical labor while most children at my age were just beginning their school journey. They enrolled me in government school, but my days started before sunrise and ended long after sunset, working at the factory in morning and evenings. Each day felt like a battle. I was just a child, tired and worn, carrying burdens far too heavy for my small shoulders. I didn't know what the word future meant. I could barely imagine what tomorrow would bring. But then something changed. Unnati found me. They gave me more than just food and shelter. They gave me love, an actual love, care, and the chance to live like a child again. For the first time, I felt seen. I felt safe. I became part of family that lifted me up when I had forgotten what hope felt like. Now, I'm pursuing my bachelor degree in sociology and following my passion for photography through Unatti Foundation. The road here was long and filled with pain, but I've learned that even the darkest path can lead to brighter future. I carry my mother's strength in everything I do. Her fight lives on me. And now we are going to open the floor for some question and answer. I would like to introduce my cute little sister Sarisa, who we used to carry in our bag, is now carrying this event question and answer. Over to you, Sarisa.
Namaste and hello everyone. My name is Sariza and I'm 18 years old. Currently, I'm studying hotel management, so yeah, you might find me running a hotel someday. So I joined Unatti when I was 3. So basically, a tiny girl with zero idea what life would be like. And now I've grown up surrounded by my beautiful sisters, their support and strength. And today I'm really honored to be here, not just as someone who grew up at Unnati, but as someone who's ready to represent it. So, well, I don't really remember the 3-year-old me, but I know that she had no idea of how much love, laughter, and learning were waiting for her. So, well, if you ask me how it feels like, So actually, it feels like growing up inside a family that believes in you more than you believe in yourself. So, well, I feel so proud and to be grateful standing here with my amazing sisters to answer your questions and give you a little glimpse into what life is like for girls to be in Unatti. So now we are going to jump into Q&A, and I'm sure many of you have been curious to know. So thank you so much for your kind curiosity, your thoughtful questions, and for letting us share this part of journey with you. So I think my sister Rasmi would like to take the first question. Over to you.
So much, my dear Sarisa sister, for giving me the opportunity to speak a word here right in front of you all. It's really a pleasure for me. You all might be wondering who I am. So I'm also someone who is really special as I get a chance to stay in Unadi. I'm Rasmi and I'm currently studying in grade 10, and which is really quite scary as we have to give a government exam. So you all might be wondering how we girls like us come to Unati. We girls like us come to Unati through referrals from the social welfare office. But even before girls arrive, our loving and caring aunties visit their home and community for assessments. It's not just about giving a shelter for girls like us, but it's about making sure that we girls like us, Unati is right place for someone like us. Thank you.
So, hello and namaste to everyone. I am Kriti and I'm 17 years old, and it has been 9 years since I have been living at Unatti. So, I would like to answer the next frequent questions which have been asked, that is, how many girls is living at Unatti house and who looks after them? So, speaking about the number of girls we live at Unati home is 35. So, which means it's always full of laughter, noise, and good kind of chaos. But behind it all is a strong support system. Of course, our aunties who help us with everything from our food to our school, and our counselor ma'am who care for our emotional health. So, Unnati is not just a house, it's truly a home, which is filled with love, care, and unlimited support. Thank you.
Frequently asked question is, what kind of mental health support do Unnati girls get? Namaste, it's me Suzina. I'm in grade 11. I joined Unnati when I was 11 years old. Talking about mental health support, we don't receive any mental health support in our school, but in Unnati, we get both individuals and group counseling, life skill sessions that help us handle stress, understand emotions, and build resilience. Caring and loving environments is also available in Unnati. Thank you.
Hello, me myself Simran Jisi. I'm currently studying at grade 8, 10, and I have got common concerns, and the concern is, do Unnati girls see and know their blood families? Yes, obviously we see and know our blood families, especially during vacations, festivals, and the reintegration process. During our reintegration process, we go home for like 1 month to discover and family, uh, get our family, and like to know our family's lifestyles more properly. Thank you.
I am Rosni, and I am one of the reintegrated girls from Unatti House. And currently, I am studying Bachelor in Psychology. And I would also like to answer one of the questions. And the question goes like, what happens when girl graduate and leave the Unnati house, and how long do Unnati girls receive support? When we leave Unnati house, we enter the transition program, a phase that supports us as we step into adulthood. We get help with colleges, jobs, trainings, life skills, and emotional support as well. We get help with many other things, and even after we move on, Unnati is always just one call away from us, and once a Unnati girl, always a part of a family. Thank you.
So thank you, Tiffany, for your question. So we learn English through our school by watching movies and shows, and also especially talking with our visitors. So that really help us improve and feel more confident. But we still make some small mistake, but we keep learning and growing every day. We close the Q&A. I would like to introduce someone very special, Saraswati sister. So she grew up at Unnati just like us, and now she's the reintegration manager. But growing up, she was one of my best sister. I mean ours, and I used to think her long hair was something out of a fairy tale. And yes, we all were secretly jealous about that. So, but what I love most about her was she never scolded us, even when we definitely deserved it. So she was always calm, gentle, and full of wisdom. And now she lead us with the same kindness and strength. She's someone we all look up to and someone truly inspiration to all of us. And I feel so lucky to introduce her today. So, with much love, kindness, and respect, please welcome someone who's truly an inspiration to all of us, our Saraswati sister. Over to you.
Thank you, Sarisa. Namaste. My name is Saraswati, and I'm 27 years old and was one of the first 5 girls to join the Unatti group home for girls. I'm here today not just as a graduated girls from Unatti Foundation, but as a daughter, a sister, a survivor, and now a reintegration manager who helps young Unnati girls to find their way back home with strength and dignity. I was born in a slum where the air was thick with fear, the streets filled with broken people, and hope was something we only saw in movies. My home was a small, crumbling sack where contaminated water and hunger were our everyday reality. My mother had leprosy, and my father was crippled. Both of them are unable to work. I still remember nights when the only thing on our plate was silence and tears. At just 4 years old, I had already learned how to live in fear. I did not know what it meant to smile without worry or to sleep without hunger. I did not know what it meant to dream, to play, or to feel safe. Every day was about surviving, not living. My life felt like a dream. My life felt like a dark tunnel with no end, no light, and no escape. But everything changed in 2003 when I was welcomed to the Unatti Foundation. That day was the beginning of a life. I did not know that was possible. For the first time, I slept in a clean bed, ate 3 meals a day, and was surrounded by the people who loved me, truly loved me. Unatti gave me something priceless, a chance to study, to grow, and to become someone I could be proud of. For the first time, I was not just surviving, I was living. I was living. I was dreaming. I studied hard and later completed a degree in radiography. When I returned to my biological family in 2020 after graduation from Unatti at age 23, I was full of hope to support them, to stand tall, and to carry all the love and knowledge I had gained. But reality struck me like a storm. My siblings, especially my brother, had grown up in a world without guidance. He had fallen into addiction, drugs, aggression, bad company. He became someone I feared under the same roof. I could not sleep peacefully. I could not speak freely. The house that was supposed to feel like home became a place of anxiety and silence. And then I saw it clearly. The life I had and the life my siblings had were completely different. Where I had education, they had street smarts. Where I had dreams, they had bad habits. Where I had peace, they had pain and struggle. I saw how one opportunity at Unatti, the one given to me, changed my whole path, and how the lack of that opportunity destroyed theirs. I don't want my sisters at Unatti to face the same fear and heartbreak I did. I don't want any girl to go home and feel unsafe under her one roof. That's why, with the blessings and guidance of Ama and the Unatti Foundation, I now work as a reintegration manager. I walk side by side with my sisters. I make sure the transition back home is not filled with fear or isolation. I talk to families, I prepare them, I listen to the girls, I hold their hands the way someone once held mine. Because reintegration isn't just about returning to a house, it's about returning to a safe and loving home. When I look at the young girls I now support, I see the scared little Saraswati I once was, but I also see hope because I know what even one opportunity can do. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you for being here, for listening, for seeing us, not just our stories, but our dreams, our power, and our potential. Your presence today is more than just support. It's a reminder that we are not alone. We are seen, heard, and valued. Let today be a reminder that each of us holds the power to make a difference by showing up, by lifting others, and by believing in the beauty of new beginning. Keep carrying, keep carrying that energy forward. Stay connected, keep believing, and until we meet again, thank you from all of us with love and hope for a brighter future. Thank you. Now, with deep love and respect, I'd like to call our Savior, our heart of our life, and a mother of more than 60 daughters from Nepal, Stephanie Ama.
You guys have to give me just a little moment. Thank you. Thank you to all of you for being here. If you guys don't know, it is almost midnight in Kathmandu, so thank you to all the girls for staying up late and sharing their stories with us. I am Stephanie. I'm the founder of Unatti Foundation. And as I listen to all of our Nepali daughters, I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude for their gifts of sharing, and so grateful for all of you to be here, for listening, and letting their stories live in your hearts. When girls arrive at Unatti, I need you to know that they're always quiet and withdrawn and unsure, and have very few words to express what they've all been through. So witnessing them here today, sharing so openly about their childhoods that are filled with hunger and loss and abandonment, is nothing short of remarkable. But please know that behind all of these girls stands an incredible circle of fierce and loving and devoted Nepali women who are our house mothers, our management team, our social workers, cooks, cleaners. They are the women who braid hair and get up before dawn to cook meals. They tutor all of our girls, they play games, and they help them believe in themselves. So they are not on the call right now because they are sleeping, because they will wake up early tomorrow morning. But they are truly the quiet heroes of Unatti. They are the heartbeat of our home and every program that we run in Nepal. And being part of their sisterhood is actually one of the greatest gifts of my life. So I am so grateful to them. And to those of you who have been stood by us for years, investing in these girls, I'm so glad you've had the opportunity to hear their voices, because you are a part of their stories. And to those of you who possibly today might say yes and become a sponsor, you can be the beginning of the next chapter. And to our board members, you guys are, without you, none of this would happen. Your belief in our mission makes everything possible. I could not be more grateful for all of you just to be here today and give our Unatti girls your time. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment in the chat, we have a little form. It's just a small questionnaire so that we can try and stay connected and reach out personally to anyone who wants more information about how you can stay connected. So thank you to all of you, to our girls, and I am just overwhelmed and filled with love. So thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very impressive.